Greetings everybody, Andrew McGrath from your Brandon Academic Success Center here. This video series is meant to help everyone get the most out of the Brandon Academic Success Center now that it's online. And in this video, we're going to be talking about tips and tricks in order to get the most out of your experience with the STEM Center. So I've already loaded into the STEM Center Make an Appointment, Go to an Appointment screen. If this looks unfamiliar or you're not sure how I got here, please see some of our earlier videos about making an account and also making an appointment. The first trick we've already talked about in a previous video, but it's always worth repeating, and that's the Limit To button. So remember, this allows you to see the tutors who can tutor the specific area that you're looking for. Remember, not all of our STEM tutors can tutor all subjects in STEM. STEM is such a wide variety of subject matters that it helps to be able to narrow it down. So let's say I am in a pre-calculus class. I can click Precalc, and this is all of the tutors who can help me in my Precalc class. Let's say I'm in Organic Chemistry 1. I can click Orgo 1, and this is all of the tutors with subject matter experience in organic chemistry. We're going to go back to just the basic screen because I've created a fake appointment that we're going to go into and see some of the additional features. So we're going to give this a click. And again, if this is all new to you, please see some of our earlier videos about how to make these appointments, how to get into these appointments. We're going to start the tutorial, and it's going to give it a second to load here, and now we're in the consultation. In the left corner, you see the video. That's me. Hi, everybody. Let's talk about some of the neat things that are kind of unique to STEM that work for STEM. Seeing me is going to be distracting, so I'm going to turn the video off. And remember, you can always turn the video off too if you don't want the tutor to see you or it's distracting you or what have you. But please leave that audio on because tutoring is often best done verbally. So let's talk about things that you can do specific to STEM. I'm going to delete this background by hitting backspace. And the first is that you can really quickly and easily enter equations. This is kind of your standard equation editor. So if I wanted x squared, I would do x caret 2 plus x minus 4. And then I can insert that, and you can see that it prints the equation nice and beautifully. The other thing that you could do is if you're uncomfortable typing in equations, you can always kind of verbally read it to the tutor. And so if I were reading this to the tutor, I would say x to the second, or x squared plus x minus 4. And the tutor could type it in for you. Math is not always the most elegant thing to be spoken out loud, so it might take a few tries. Just be patient with your tutor as it's learning for everybody. Another cool feature that you can do in WC Online is the whiteboard. So if you click on the drawing tool here, it creates this little box, and then if I drag it over, the box expands, and in this box, I can draw, I can write. If you're using a mobile device, this might be easier. I'm using a trackpad, so it's not the best. Oops, I right-clicked. It's not the best writing experience, but for a short problem, maybe this is all you need. And so you and your tutor might write on this. Both of you can write on the whiteboard, and you'll appear in different colors. So currently I'm blue. Maybe if a tutor, or a client were in here, they would write. Maybe they would appear in red or yellow or pink. And that way you can tell who's who. So that's one of the nice things about the whiteboard, is that everyone can write on it. Let's say that you're looking for a little bit more of a high-powered whiteboard. We have access to GoBoard, and so let's say that you're with your tutor and the tutor says, oh, let's go to this GoBoard. They might give you a link. And they would just paste it right into the area and say, let's go here and work on the whiteboard, the GoBoard. The GoBoard is specifically designed for math and science. As you can see, I created a really beautiful graph that you could really dig into and talk about. But before we talk about some of the features of GoBoard, let's talk about this area over here. By default, your camera is probably going to be on. It's me again. Hello, me. But here again, you can turn it off. I'm leaving the sound off because if I turn it on, you get a weird reverb with WC Online also turned on. Ignore this nice person here. She's not really here. This is just their default image. That person is not actually in the meeting, and I don't look like that. So keep that in mind. Okay. So in GoBoard, your tutor might be able to direct you how best to use it. But again, we've got some really nice drawing tools. The tutor might say, okay, let's say we're talking about x-intercepts. The tutor might say, okay, where are the x-intercepts? Well, you can use the little pen here, select a nice color, and you could say, well, here's one of the x-intercepts. Okay, where else? Up here. And here. And the tutor can write on this as well. And so together you can collaborate on this board, you can collaborate on this space, and it'll be really, really beneficial for everybody. The other nice thing about this is that under More Tools, you can specifically save this. So if you and your tutor have been working a lot on this problem, you can go to More Tools, Import Export, and then you can export it, meaning you can save it to a PDF, and then you have this file from here on out, and you can refer back to it and see how it worked and what you guys worked on. I'm going to close our GoBoard and go back to WC Online. So this is the original WC Online. Here as well, you can open up the whiteboard by clicking on the whiteboard, and then I can export this with this little bar with the arrow, and as you can see, I can export everything there. And I can also export the entire workspace, this middle area, this middle area here, I can export with this double arrow, and then export, and again, I can export it as a PDF. And so there's plenty of ways that you guys can work together, that you can collaborate, and there's plenty of ways for you to save that collaboration in a really, really convenient way. I hope you guys found this tips and tricks for the STEM Center and business and technology really useful. Please check out our other series with tips and tricks on how to work in the Communication Center, how to work with Technology Center, how to make an appointment, and how to enter a session. All right, everybody, stay safe. Bye.